Your finger is hovering over submit application. The screen says personal auto loan, $22,000, 72 months. $398 a month. That's it. Just press it. The car is black, brand new, and honestly, you want it so bad it almost hurts. You're 24 years old, sitting at a kitchen table in Chicago. It is 11:22 at night. You've got $14,200 saved, every single dollar earned the hard way. Your hand is on the mouse, but you don't click, because someone left a piece of paper on your desk 3 hours ago. At the top, in handwriting, read this before you do something expensive. Below it, a compound interest calculator, $22,000, 9%, 30 years. $291,800. And in red ink at the bottom, one line, this is not the cost of the car. This is the cost of the decision. You close the laptop. You don't sleep well, but you do not click submit. And 30 years from now, sitting in a kitchen at 6:47 in the morning, this is the night you keep coming back to. It is March 11th, 2026. The clock on your laptop reads 11:22 p.m. Jordan, your roommate, your best friend since freshman year, is asleep in the next room. He submitted his loan application at 8:15 tonight, approved in 4 minutes. He sent you a photo of the car with 3 fire emojis. Bro, we're doing it. He makes $67,000 a year. You make 61. You split this apartment, $1,640 each, in Wicker Park. Broken dishwasher, radiator that sounds like something slowly dying. You've been here 2 years. You've got $14,200 in savings, $400 a month for 3 years straight. Nobody around you knows you do this. Nobody even asks. You're proud of it the way you're proud of things that go completely unnoticed. The next morning, you find Nina at her desk at 7:48 a.m. She's eating oatmeal from a Tupperware. She doesn't even look up when you stop beside her. You tell her you didn't click it. She says, good. Now actually do something with the money. Open a brokerage account today. Not this week, today. $10,000 into a total stock market index fund. Keep $4,200 as emergency cash. $400 a month, automatic transfer, same amount you were already saving. Don't think about it. And one more thing before you walk away. She says, don't look at it for a year. That night, you do exactly what she said. $10,000, total stock market index fund, buy. Order confirmed. You set the automatic transfer, first of every month. You don't tell Jordan. Jordan picks up the car on Saturday. It's black. It's new. It's everything he said it would be. He drives you to a taco spot on Division Street. Heated seats. Speakers you can actually feel. He looks happy. Genuinely happy. The kind that comes from finally getting the thing you wanted. $398 a month. Insurance up $190. He mentions he'll cut back on some things. Casually. Like it's nothing. You eat your taco. You say nothing. And here's the rule for level 1. The most expensive thing is never the thing. It's always what you gave up to have it. It is September 3rd, 2030. The clock on the kitchen wall reads 7:14 a.m. You and Mara, a civil engineer together since 2027, share a 2-bedroom in Logan Square. Rent is $21.90. You earn $79,000 now. She earns $88,000. You open the brokerage app. The account reads $89,400. You've put in $19,200 of your own money since the original $10,000. The market did the rest. Honestly, the number still doesn't feel real. Jordan moved to Pilsen in 2027, $980 a month, split with 2 strangers. In 2028, he traded the first car in, $4,600 in negative equity rolled into the new loan. New payment, $441 a month. He mentioned it once. He didn't ask about you. You didn't bring it up. That fall, you pull the Nina printout from the back of your planner. You've carried it in every planner since 2026. The corners are soft. The red ink has faded a little. $22,000 at 9% for 30 years. $291,800. Your original $10,000 untouched is worth $14,100. 4 years of doing nothing. You fold it back. Put it away. December. Your sister Rachel calls from Milwaukee. 22. First job, $52,000. She's thinking about a new car. Her 2014 Toyota has 109,000 miles. Runs fine. You don't lecture her, not one word. You just photograph the printout and send it. One line below the photo, don't look at the car. Look at the number in red. 11 minutes of silence. Then, okay, that's level 2. The best financial advice is never a speech. It's one number that hits you in the body before your brain can argue. It is April 17th, 2035. The clock on the kitchen wall reads 6:52 a.m. You and Mara are married. You bought a 2-flat in Andersonville in 2032. $490,000, 22% down, fixed at 6.1. Tenants upstairs cover $1,450. You make $104,000. Mara makes $121. The brokerage account reads $198,400. You haven't changed the $400 transfer in 9 years, not once. Same amount, same fund, same date every month. You still drive a 2020 Corolla with 74,000 miles. Jordan calls Tuesday evening. New job, $82,000. Moving to a studio in River North, $19.80 a month. He sounds excited, like he sounded about the car. You ask how the saving is going. He pauses. About $11,000 in a savings account. Life's been expensive. You say yeah, and you change the subject. After you hang up, you sit at the kitchen table for a while. 9 years ago, you both made under $70,000. 8 tacos on the same street, split the same rent. The only difference between your paths was one Tuesday night and one piece of paper. The gap between your accounts, $187,400. You don't feel proud. Honestly, it feels more like gravity. The weight of understanding that compounding isn't a theory. It's a gap between two people who started in the exact same room. You write in the planner, April 17th, 2035. The gap is not about income. It never was. That's level 3. The gap between two people is almost never about money. It's one decision, made once. That compounded quietly for a decade. It is January 8th, 2041. The clock reads 5:58 a.m. The house is completely still. Mara is asleep. Your son Ellis, born March 2036, is asleep down the hall. You open the brokerage app. $441,700. This year, for the very first time, the market added more than you did. You contributed $4,800. The market returned $38,900. Let that land. You're no longer the one doing the lifting. The money is. Nina retired in 2039. She sent a card from Tucson, Arizona. One sentence inside, the boring years are where it happens. You'll see. You tape it into the inside cover of the planner, right next to the printout. That winter, Rachel calls. She's 37. Her balance, $148,200. She says, my account just crossed $100K for the first time. Then she says, I keep thinking about that text from 2030, the number in red. You tell her that was Nina's line, not yours. She says it doesn't matter whose it was. You agree. Meanwhile, Jordan's on his 4th car in 15 years. Dark blue SUV, very clean. Finally got the upgrade, bro? Thumbs up, nothing else. That's level 4. The machine runs on its own now. The discipline isn't even discipline anymore. It's just who you are. It is June 22nd, 2046, Marcus's backyard, 8:03 p.m. Jordan's here. New job, $97,000. He's 44 years old. He looks good. After dinner, the two of you sit on the porch. Kids are inside. The yard is quiet. Jordan says, without looking at you, what's your number? You ask what he means. He says, retirement, whatever you've got, ballpark. You pause, getting close to 7 figures. He goes completely quiet. Then, we made almost the same money for years. How is that even possible? You think about March 2026, the cursor, the $398 a month. Rachel's 11 minutes of silence. Then, okay. And then you tell him the whole story. The loan application, the paper on the desk, Nina and her Tupperware oatmeal, the $10,000, the $400 a month, the transfer that never stopped. He listens to every word. When you finish, he says, 19 years. You say, yeah, he says, I had no idea. You don't say, I know. You don't say anything. That night you get home, you photograph the printout, send it to Jordan, no message. He opens it at 11:41, read receipt at 11:42, no reply. And that's level 5. The cost of one decision is only visible from the other side of it. And by then, honestly, the viewing is the hardest part. It is October 14th, 2051. Ellis is 15. The house is quiet in the way it gets when people have stopped fighting about money. The brokerage account reads $812,300. The original $10,000, untouched since March 2026, is now worth $92,400 on its own. 25 years, nothing added to it, nothing removed, just time doing what time does when you leave it alone. That morning, Ellis finds the printout on the kitchen floor. It fell out of the planner. He picks it up. He reads it. He says, "What is this?" And you tell him everything. The car, the cursor, that Tuesday night, Nina and her cracked bumper Camry, Rachel's 11 minutes. He reads the red ink line again quietly. This is not the cost of the car. This is the cost of the decision. He folds it, hands it back, says, "Can I get a copy?" You print a fresh one. At the bottom, below Nina's line, you write your own. The decision you skip at 24 is still paying you at 54 and beyond. You hand it to him. He puts it in his backpack. He doesn't say thank you. He doesn't need to. That's level 6. Wealth isn't a number at this point. It's how you see decisions before you make them. It's what you pass on without making a big deal of it. It is March 11th, 2056, 30 years to the night you didn't click submit. Clock reads 6:47 a.m. Mara is asleep upstairs. The house is completely still. Outside, a kid in a gray hoodie is sitting in a brand new car, looking at his phone. You watch him for a second through the window. You don't know why. Then you open the brokerage app. $1,147,300. You just sit with that for a while. The original $10,000, untouched since 2026, is worth $132,700 now. 30 years, 9%, never touched, never sold, never moved. You think about the car. You think about what it actually cost. Not the $22,000, not the $398 per month. Those were the numbers that stopped your cursor. Jordan's 4 cars over 30 years, roughly $94,000 in payments and interest. That money invested at 9% over 20 years, around $490,000. His retirement account today, $214,000. Yours, $1,147,000. The difference? $933,300. One night, one cursor, one decision to not click. You don't feel good about this. Honestly, you feel something closer to grief. For every version of Jordan who never had a Nina, who never had a printout, who never had 11 minutes and a text that said, "Okay." You close the app, you call him. He picks up. He sounds tired, not sleep tired, life tired. He's been thinking about retiring at 62. Might not be possible. He's not sure yet. You say, "I want to send you something." You photograph the printout, the original, still folded, still soft. Nina's red ink faded to quiet pink after 30 years. You send it. He reads it. Long silence. Then he says, "The cost of the decision." You say, "Yeah," he hangs up. You sit at the kitchen table for a long time. You think about Nina in Tucson. Rachel, $448,000 at 49, who already showed the printout to her own kids. Ellis, who opened a Roth IRA at 17 with $2,800 from a summer job. You think about one Tuesday night in March. You think about how close you came. The math at 54 doesn't break you. It breaks you for Jordan. Because that's level 7. The cost of one decision isn't a number. It's a person sitting across from you 30 years later, doing the math for the first time. In a one-bedroom apartment in Chicago on a Tuesday night in March, a 24-year-old sits at a kitchen table. His cursor's hovering over submit application. He's got $14,000 saved. His roommate just sent him fire emojis. He is about to click. Then he looks at the piece of paper beside the laptop. Someone left it on his desk tonight. A senior analyst, quiet, drives an old Camry. At the top, read this before you do something expensive. $22,000, 9%, 30 years, $291,800. And in red ink at the bottom, this is not the cost of the car. This is the cost of the decision. He reads it twice. He closes the laptop. He does not click submit. He doesn't know what this night will become. But the math knows. The math always knows. It started the moment he closed the laptop. It has not stopped since.